Object permanence is for adults.
It's for adults.
I just learned about object impermanence. And I think I have it.
Yeah, it'd be really bad if you don't. It's a real distinguisher between making it past, I think, 4. It's like, where did the ball go? I put it behind my head.
No, but I think I'm like the 4-year-old. I think things don't exist when they're. I was like, I really relate. Like, if people aren't in front of me, I'm like, you don't exist.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
object permanence.
Yeah. Learn something new every day. Okay. Well, welcome to this week's episode of Nighttime Benders, your favorite place to catch up with Central Oregon's favorite funny faces. We are powered by The Source, and I am here with some of my favorite comedians today. Jon, why don't you start by introducing yourself?
My name's Jon. I'm a Florida man. I moved here a couple years ago. I've been performing in the local scene for about 2 years now. You can catch me pretty much anywhere in Oregon.
I feel like Florida man's a very good description of you that I've never.
Yeah, once you hear it.
Once
accurate.
once you hear it, it's accurate. All right, your turn, Courtney. Please introduce yourself.
I'm Courtney Stevens. I've been in Ben 25 years. I own a local restaurant and brewery, which is Craft Kitchen and Brewery. And I'm from Georgia. And yeah.
Yeah. So you guys are both from the South, like kind of like they're right next to each other, Florida
Yes.
and Georgia. Do they have a rivalry like Michigan and Ohio?
Yes, they do. Are you a Gator fan?
No.
It-
I think it's probably
It's not good for
one-sided.
banter.
It's one-sided.
Florida is
Okay, I think that's a fair comparison. The bugs.
criminals. Yeah.
It's kind of like a foreign country because it's not even like the
Yeah.
South. You guys are different. You're
It's
like aliens.
it's very unique there.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I should mention I have been doing comedy for 3 years now, and I own a comedy club
Yeah.
ish. It seems like it because we do open mic once a week and shows every Saturday.
Yeah. So Craft Kitchen's great. They have lots of stuff going on there, and you always support a lot of the touring comedians that come through town.
And locals.
And locals.
Because
Yes.
they're important.
Yes. Locals matter too. We matter too. That's what we keep telling ourselves in the Ben comedy scene. We matter too.
Someone needs to represent us.
Yes.
One day we will have.
Yes.
We built it up.
Yes. Well, Ben has changed a lot. Ben has had a lot of changes in iterations and I think one of the things our lovely town is known for is our roundabouts.
Don't get me started.
You know, these don't exist in a lot of like a lot of people from a lot of parts of the country would get to a roundabout and be like, "Oh, I saw this in Griswold Family Vacation once."
In Europe.
In Europe, yeah,
The Europe one.
Yeah.
Yeah, people don't know how to use them, but yet we keep multiplying them. That's beautiful.
I know.
It makes sense, right?
I'm a fan of them personally because they pair well with all the breweries that are in town. Seems like it's a 1-to-1 thing.
Like
Oversaturation.
oversaturation.
Yeah, for every brewery, a new roundabout pops up.
Well, it's part of the, I guess, like growth sprawl. As Ben grows, they keep trying to bring in these other parts of town and make them more accessible. And the solution always seems to be around. Never a red light, never a 4-way stop, always a roundabout.
I think to your point, with breweries and roundabouts, that might explain why people don't know how to use them. Because maybe they've been drinking too much at the breweries to use the roundabouts correctly. Because isn't it about flow of traffic?
I mean, but at least maybe that's also, it's like if they had stop signs. Drunk drivers aren't great at stopping, but they're great at just doing that roll and slide through the roundabout.
The California stuff.
California stop.
I mean, I will say like yield signs are red, which might confuse people.
What color would you make a yield sign?
I don't know, like yellow or orange, because it's yield. It's not stop.
That's true. I've never had that observation before. Green means go, red means stop. Yellow. It's yellow. That's the
Mellow.
answer. We fixed it. Change all of the yield signs in Bend. But you're not a big fan of Bend drivers, are you?
No, I'm from Atlanta. It's like NASCAR down there. And then you come to Bend. I've been here 25 years, and the more people that come here, the more entitled people are driving. The slower they get, or like 4 people go through a stop sign. I mean, yeah. I have road rage.
Yeah, a little.
It's fine. It's fine. Might also, not to be stereotyped, but it might also be like aging population. Like,
Yeah, my mother-in-law should not be driving.
we have a lot of retired folks in Bennett.
I'm actually fully on board with that. I think license tests should restart at 65.
Yes. Well, they do it for a lot of things. Like my dad was a air pilot. What is it? Just a pilot. A pilot. That's what you call it. A pilot.
Not a underwater.
Not an underwater pilot.
Air driver.
An air driver. He drove in the air, and they took that privilege away when he got too old to drive in the air. But they still let him drive on the land, which I think there's far more things to hit on the ground than in the air.
Yeah, I mean, give them boating licenses. They have the money for it. Go get a boat. Go crash that in the open ocean or whatever. Like,
For a second there, I thought you said voting licenses,
No.
and I was like, John, we don't do voting licenses.
yeah, give it 3 weeks.
Yeah, don't give people any ideas here either.
Don't do that in America. We don't make voting a privilege. Right, guys?
Right.
We should probably get off.
We
this
should
topic.
probably get on. Father's Day is it coming up, or did it just
It's on
happen?
the 21st.
It's on the 20th. Okay, good. I didn't miss Father's Day. For a second there, I was worried I missed telling my father Happy Father's Day. I'm really bad.
Did you get him anything?
Never.
I always remember, the week before when all the stuff comes on
sale?
on socials.
And on sale. You're like, oh, thank you for reminding me. Yes, I will get that tie.
Right? Oops.
Yeah, I there's a lot of parenting fails. I actually got to see my stepdad this weekend with my little sister, and I was reminded of what I think is a pretty big parenting fail. And I feel like there's a joke in here somewhere because it's definitely funny. But I haven't figured out the punchline. So I'm going to tell you guys a story about my parents. And this isn't how they failed to parent me. It's my little sister. So my parents adopted my little sister from the foster care system after her mother died. My parents are elderly white people. My sister happens to be a mixed, half black, half white girl who was 7 at the time. So there's like a 6-year age gap between them, which is not traditional, right? So they decided the best thing to do would be move her out of Michigan and move her to a small town in Texas where she could have a wholesome, albeit very white upbringing. And they enrolled her in a new school. And so she showed up to the school, and she's the new kid in class. She's the only adopted kid. She has elderly parents. She's black. She also didn't have a great education going into it. She didn't have the best support at home. So there's a lot of things to make her stand out. But the teacher offers to let her take home the classroom bunny for the weekend to take care of it. Right? Very sweet. So she takes her home. My parents put the bunny in the bathroom. They set it up. And Leah's so excited to have this bunny. And then my mom goes, well, why don't we celebrate and go out to dinner? What they failed to do is put away their 2 standard poodles. I know.
Those are like the little ones, right?
No, those are the big
No,
ones.
those are like the big.
Oh.
My parents had a 90-pound poodle. What? Yes. And when they came back, the bunny was, how do you say that? No more? Gone?
Unalive.
Unalive. They unalived the bunny. Yeah, I know. So what would you do if you were a parent, your kid was new to school, and they had just killed the classroom bunny? What would you do?
I'd buy a bunny.
You would buy a bunny, right? You would buy a bunny. You wouldn't make your kid go into class, right? No. But you know what my parents did? They told her it's important to have integrity and made her go confess in front of the whole class. So then for the rest of the year, my little sister was Leah the bunny killer.
Oh, bless her heart.
I know.
That's kind of metal.
I know. And this bothers her because we were talking about it last week, which is about 15 years after this incident.
I think I know how you
There's no any emotional
begin to
scarring.
repair this.
Buy her
Buying
lots,
a
buddy.
Get her a bunny. I'll be like, was it a brown bunny?
What did it look like?
They multiply very quickly, so maybe get her 2.
I couldn't believe my parents just didn't go to the pet store and get like another bunny and be like, it's not like bunnies have personalities. It's not like the class would have been like, that bunny's not acting like the other bunny. Like,
Oh, kids are pretty observant. I'm not even kidding.
well, you're the only one here that actually has kids. Do you have any parenting fails?
I don't know where to start.
I'm sure you have lots of parenting wins too. I'm sure those exist.
I guess my favorite one Gosh, for me, it would be like we had to pick a code word for our kid for occupational therapy purposes. And guys, do research on your code word because we did not. So we just got back from Hawaii and we had this sticker we accidentally put upside down on our water bottle, which was an upside down pineapple. We did not know the significance of it for 6 months. And then after we started seeing everybody's like facial expressions and whispers and stuff, we're like, maybe we should like look up this code word, which it means you're a swinger.
So were you guys just out in public like upside down pineapple?
Yeah. We're out to dinner with like all of our friends and she's like, Mom, upside down pineapple. So it's not like I'm even saying it. So it sort of sounds like we're training our kid to point out other couples. Like, I don't even know how that looks, but it does not look good.
Aw, they say the darndest things, these children. Any parenting stories you want to share, Jon?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I can contribute to this. So when I was younger, I had an experience, I guess because Father's Day is coming up, I'll talk about this, where I was at home and it's like 1 or 2 in the morning and I was on a computer downstairs in the dark talking to someone on MySpace, trying to be sneaky. And then I got caught and the lights were all off. So I got up to like, hide and not be caught. And my dad thought I was a burglar.
No.
So he proceeded to attack me. And, he was throwing punches and kicks and all sorts of things. He was much bigger than me. And he like chased me out of the room I was in into another room. And as he chased me into the room, he turned the light on and he recognized it was me. And I recognized that he was naked. We just kind of went to bed, didn't really talk about it.
Did you talk about it the next day?
No.
Did you ever talk about it?
I haven't talked to him explicitly about it in a long time.
It's just one of those things. You just smile away.
Yeah, it was, we both made mistakes here.
Yeah, families are unique situations, aren't they?
Mhm.
By the way, I really do like your shirt. Can you explain to people who are listening to the podcast what's your shirt?
It's the painting from Dodgeball of Ben Stiller's character, White Goodman, grabbing a bull by the horns.
Yes, it's an epic shirt. If you don't know the image, I would highly encourage you to look it up. So lately in Bend is a big outdoor recreation town, right? Like people like to get out. I went out kayaking myself this weekend, but recently they have put in a waterway permit tax?
Yeah.
So what's the basic idea of the tax?
So it's not just Bend, it's Oregon in general. It's coming from Governor Kotek.
Okay.
That it's revenue allocated to like maintain and conserve waterways that are used for recreational purposes, but it's galvanized a significant amount of opposition to the whole notion of spending $35 to paddleboard.
Yeah, I realized I went out on my kayak this weekend and I probably was supposed to have one of those permits now that we're talking about it. Like, what happens if you don't have a permit? Do we know? Is it like, oh, my bad? Is it a $35 ticket? Like, what are we talking about?
I'm not 100% sure. I kind of view those kind of crimes as up to enforcement.
Okay, yeah.
So,
like, you got to catch me if you can. Thing. Yeah.
Well, and it's like, if they're not going to like actually charge you the fine, then is there actually a fine?
Yeah, well, that's true. If you don't get caught, there's no crime.
I have a
Do you
pretty...
think they could put cameras on the waterways? Just like, they put a few down.
I'm gonna tell you that's not a problem that really affects me. I'm real with you.
Do you not go on the waterways here?
I haven't yet. I'd love to go float or whatever. It's just every time that it's been like we should go do this, it's been like super smoky or like anytime I have the time to like, let's just go do this for a day.
So I have gone floating when it's smoky, and let me tell you what, the air right on top of the river, cleanest air in Central Oregon. You just have to get down there. Gotta get suck it up. I also really hurt myself floating last year. I didn't know you could do that. Did you know?
Yeah.
People should wear like helmets and protective gear. That shit's like, you're essentially whitewater rafting without a whitewater raft. And mind you, I didn't do the approved.
It's a legal river.
I didn't do that.
Whitewater.
Yeah, it sounds like you.
I did the other one in Tumalo. which I don't know if that's like actually a float or if it's just like floating
It's a float, but they spelled the F with an X.
there.
Extreme float.
It's an extreme float, but yeah, safety first.
Yes.
Which brings us to our next topic, which is like kind of horrible. But we were talking about I don't want to see horrible things on the internet. And I feel like I've seen a few really horrible things on the internet this week.
Yeah.
You were mentioning that poor woman, was it like,
She's bungee jumping.
but she wasn't, there was no bungee. She
Yeah,
was just
right.
jumping.
She got thrown off a bridge.
She got, like, that's not bungee
She was-
jumping.
The intention was bungee jumping, but you can clearly see the cord on the ground. And this is the thing that frustrated me, is like there's no context for that.
Yeah.
It's a video of two guys carrying a woman and then throwing her off a bridge. And then you see the context as like a caption of a woman in Brazil dies bungee jumping. What-
It's so awful. It's so awful. I don't want to see this stuff. I want to see happy things when I log into my phone.
It's out of control. But I feel like in a few days we'll find out the guy that threw her off was like her ex-husband or her husband, and she just won the lottery or something.
I
feel like that always happens.
So there's motive.
There's
It's
life
actually a statistic.
There's life insurance. Now, what if somebody paid those guys to attach the bungee? Oops.
Yeah, right.
Oops. That's terrible.
Like, how can I forget that?
Would you bungee jump? Would you
No.
bungee? No.
Or no.
You wouldn't? Okay, so I want to bungee. You know, when you're driving from Bend to like Madras, there's the
This matters.
Madras.
Don't make it
Madras.
fancy because it's not.
Madras.
It's like,
It's Madras. Okay, I'll say my A's harder. Madras. On my way from Bend to Madras, there's that bridge that you see people jumping off
Yes.
of. Every time I go, I want to do that. And I don't know why, because then I think it through and I'm like, you probably don't. You'd probably get a headache. You'd get to the bottom of the line. It'd be like unenjoyable.
I've done the like at a theme park bungee jumping where it's a big contraption and you get hooked into it and it's like all professional
Yeah.
monitored. And I did that once, and that was okay, I get it. People who are, I'm going to attach a rope to a bridge and jump off that's nuts. Especially given that the whole attaching a rope to a bridge becomes abstracted to someone else who might just not do it.
Well, I think that's the part that I've always said I want to sky as well, but if I'm going to skydive, I want to skydive with like the elite skydive, like the
best of the best.
the best of the best, you know,
Yeah.
Army Airborne. Like I don't want no bullshit skydive instructor with like a 10-hour course.
You don't want to go to Lapines Free Fall Academy?
Is that a thing?
No, I just.
Oh, I was like, is that a thing? No, but it's like I would jump out of a plane, but I want like somebody really trustworthy
Yeah.
attached to me when I do it.
I think I'm too afraid of the bungee because, well, I've had a baby.
You think you pee yourself?
Yes. Have you ever jumped on a twin
That's fair. I think on the notion of someone I trust, also I could jump out of a plane and skydive with someone attached to me that I hate.
Yeah.
Because if it doesn't work, at least one problem solved.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, at least I know
At least
you're
you
going
know
with
you're
me.
going with me.
we're riding
Fair.
this train to the end together.
I don't know. I'm gonna turn 40 in January, and I planted the seed that I might want to skydive somewhere like gorgeous, but there's several obstacles to that. One, I'd have to plan something, and who wants to plan anything? But then two, yeah, you'd actually have to like jump out of the plane. So I don't know. We'll see if I actually do it. I don't know.
I think-
how it falls.
Honestly, parasailing or paragliding is probably closer to what you really want to do.
Is that where you just like jump off a cliff with a?
That sounds so much more.
That's like a
dangerous.
trail leader guy.
What I'm talking about is like you're being pulled by a boat and you guys
That
get
I've done that. That's
and it like
fun.
lifts you up and then you're like
yeah.
200 feet up off the air.
You can still drink. I think sometimes they'll even like send you
Yeah.
up with a beer while you do that.
Yeah,
Like,
I
it's-
feel like
I thought he was talking about the flying squirrel
I
thing.
feel like that's a nice middle ground between jumping out of a plane and bungee jumping.
yeah,
You get most of it.
you get the whole thrill. You really just want the adrenaline rush. You just want to feel something.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
still dangerous. You're still a couple hundred feet in the air. Like sure you have a parachute attached to you, but if the boat messes up, like you could
That rope could snap.
yeah.
Okay. moving on. I saw an article that I think all pet owners in Bend need to be aware of. Vets are now warning Bend and Central Oregon dog owners to not let their dogs eat the weed joints found in parks. Apparently, multiple dogs are showing up at this vet every month having overdosed on cannabis that they have found in our Bend parks.
We're talking about veterinarians, right?
Yeah.
Not like veterans that are
Yeah, veterinarians.
don't eat that dog.
Yeah.
Because I'd have to get weed.
But it was one of those things that I read it and I was like, is there that much weed in the parks?
Like, what parks are we putting?
It's exactly. What park specifically? Is this Drake Park?
Pioneer, like
Classic
I don't know.
Club? Is there a specific part of the park we keep finding these?
I'm just asking.
For
my dog.
I don't want to take my dog over there. I'm a concerned dog owner. I can't stop my dog from eating anything off the ground. So if there was a joint and my dog wanted it, I wouldn't deal. I can't stop it from eating deer poop. How could I stop it from eating a joint?
I feel like it's better than a syringe. At least we're not in Portland.
At least
Because I have experienced it. I'm like,
yeah, that's always disturbing finding like injectable drugs on the street. It makes you feel like maybe the neighborhood's going down a little bit. Maybe.
Depends on the injectable. Maybe it's steroids. Maybe everyone in the neighborhood is jacked.
No,
And they just have their
Steroids.
steroid needle in.
I'm sorry, steroids are just as bad.
Yeah, I'm on that same page.
I one time dated a guy that was on roids, and I found, but he wasn't on the good roids. I found his vial, and it was like a human growth hormone that they give cows.
oh no.
But that's what a lot of these people are doing, is just injecting themselves with like cow growth hormones, and they're like, oh, I get beefy, and I'm like, well,
That's why they also
yeah.
Is it like Kobe beef? Can we feed them sake?
it like makes their internal organs grow as well. That's why they get distended stomachs. That's why like modern bodybuilding, they all have the kind of pushed out abs. It's because all of their organs are getting bigger.
I know.
Yeah, no, it's incredibly unhealthy and leads to all sorts of complications down the line, and why
Okay.
modern bodybuilders die in their 50s instead of 70s.
I mean, yeah. So if we're gonna give dogs steroids or weed,
I'm
no, it's enough.
I'm like, I don't know.
No, I actually think my vet has probably given my dog steroids. I think that's probably happened.
yeah, I mean, if you're getting it from a vet, it's probably good.
Like,
if you're
good
getting
stuff.
if you're getting it from a trainer at the gym in the locker room, it's like, yeah, hit your dog with this trend. Like
The nice thing about like dog, I think one of the things that must be so freeing about being a dog is there's not like well, I guess if you're a show dog, there's a standard of attractiveness, but like normally there's not like this standard of attractiveness dogs are trying to keep up with, right? So they're not going to take steroids for cosmetic reasons.
Maybe. If they could access them, I bet they would. I feel like dogs like feel some shame. Have you ever like buzzed like a golden retriever? I'm so like embarrassed. Even though they look like a cute little one.
They're like, I'm naked.
imagine if they were
They
naked
might
and
still-
jacked.
Yeah.
They've been jacked. They've been like, oh, now I can finally show off my muscles. I'm just picturing this like jacked golden retriever in my head now.
6-pack.
Honestly, picturing smaller dogs fully jacked out like a chihuahua or a pug.
Yeah. I'd love to see my dog all jacked out. My chihuahua. He's fantastic. Little shepherd chihuahua mix. Yeah.
With guns.
With guns. Big old guns and his cute little brindle coat. I'm sure everyone loves hearing about all these dogs they can't see on a podcast. That's the thing about a vocal medium, is sometimes when you get into like visuals and picturing stuff in your head, it doesn't necessarily.
They'll be fine.
They'll be fine.
They can Google jacked dogs.
Jacked dog. And if not, AI can create one for them. So, yeah. But one thing AI cannot do is create live entertainment. And we were able to sit down with a comedian that's going to be coming to town with the teacher show, Todd Basil. Not Basil.
Not basil. Or
Not
oregano.
basil or oregano. Basil. Todd Basil. It was such a joy. So please listen to that interview and hope you guys enjoyed as much as we did. Hi, Todd. If you could introduce yourself to our listeners who might not be familiar with your work.
Yeah. Hi, Julia. Thanks for having me. My name's Todd Basil. It's pronounced Basil, but if you want to change it, that's fine. I'm a comedian out of Portland, Oregon. I've been out of here like 9 years. I came from Los Angeles before that and enjoyed that open mic scene for a while. And yeah, I've been doing comedy for just over 2 decades, and I'm a lifer, and it's great to be here.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're excited to have you. You're coming to Bend with a show, right? Can you tell us a little bit about the show you're coming to town with?
Yeah, the teacher show, Comedy from the Classroom, features some of your previous guests, Don Gavitt, Rachel FJ, and Katie Nguyen, and I are going to be hitting the road. We're coming through Bend. I'm happy to do the Volcanic Pub again, and so it's going to be great to be back in Bend. I like that area.
Yeah, it's a little bit different. You're in the Portland area, is that correct?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's very different. It's one of the things I love about Oregon is how different it is as you travel across the state. So it's like a little mini vacation not too far away. So this isn't your first time performing in Bend. You've been here before?
I have. Yeah, we did the teacher show at Volcanic Theater Pub once before, but before that, shout out to Katie Ipock, who had me on one of the craft brewing shows, and then I've been back to craft several times since, either part of a show or booking a night for myself. So shout out to Courtney and Samantha and the Awesome Barbecue over there.
Yeah, they're great. Actually, Courtney is going to be here in like an hour and a half to do tonight's like hot topics. So,
Oh, cool.
yeah, so she's
Excellent.
actually going to be a part of the same episode as you. So, small world.
Yes. All right, cool.
Yeah. I know. We love craft. We're very lucky to have that and her support in our little scene here. It's a staple for sure.
Yeah.
So you're a teacher. Can you tell us a little bit about what you teach?
Yeah, sure. I am a college calculus instructor. So I like working with numbers and numbers that slide around. You know, the numbers are sliding toward different values. I guess I already got into too much math there. Anyway, college calculus, I'm teaching first and second year college students, engineering and computer science folks, and I love it. I love teaching, and it's helped me with comedy for sure. I think, both types of audiences may not care about what you have to say. So you got to bounce in there and be excited about what you're talking about. You got to connect with it yourself, and that's going to translate to both the audience or the classroom, I think.
Yeah, a lot of the teachers we've been talking to are teachers of slightly younger students. What's it like teaching people that are kind of just becoming adults, if that's what we want to call it?
Oh, yeah, and that is a debate. That is a debate among people teaching that age group. Is it a bad word to say kids? Is it a bad word to say adults? But I love it because, if a curse word gets dropped by me accidentally in class, it's not a huge deal. Plus, I mean, what a win. I'm working with these students who are adults, and I'm not working with parents on the behalf of the students. So it's a really great, straightforward interaction, and I get to hear what their goals are. What issues are they dealing with, and do my best to help them.
Yeah, I imagine it's nice to kind of take that piece of the parenting puzzle out. It sounds between administrators, parents, and students. It's nice to lose one of those branches, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have to ask now, when you say calculus, I must admit I like glaze over a little bit. Like as far as I went was like algebra 1. Have you always been, are you a math-minded person?
I am a math-minded person or number-minded person. When I was a kid, I would count syllables whenever anyone said anything. Like my mom would say, "I'm going to kick your butt," and that's 7 syllables because she was from Baltimore, so it sounded like "I'm going to kick your butt." But then coming out of high school, I was a math major, liked math, but didn't know what to do with it. So I stopped reading the textbook, stopped putting the work in, and flunked out of it. Took a huge tangent in my life, came back to it, and by then I had developed a real love for stand-up and performing, so teaching spoke my language more. And so I saw my wife doing homework when she went back to school, and I got so excited about the quadratic formula and all that, and she's like,
Yeah.
"You need to chill out and go back to school for math." So I did that and was able to become a teacher. So
Yeah.
been
And now
around
you
for a
get your
while.
fill of math. I'm
Oh
sure.
yeah,
Do you get your summers off still as a college professor?
I do. This is the first summer I'm actually not teaching. I've taught other summers, whether it's online or in person. Definitely prefer in person, but this
Hmm.
is the first year I've had the summer off, so I have no excuse to not go and chase comedy opportunities.
Yeah. And what's your comedy origin story? How did you start?
Oh yeah, I was in a acting class in junior high, and we were doing improv exercises, and I decided to just act a fool. So the instructor gave me a prompt, and I pretended to beat down the door of a lover, and the whole class laughed at the unexpectedness of it, and I was hooked. I'm like, oh, that felt really good. So
Yeah.
I've been wanting to make people laugh since. Yeah.
Good. Yeah. And you said you were in LA before Portland. Is that
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah, I went out there to go to film school. Was in the film industry for a while, and that was fun. And then I had a bad breakup coming out of college, and I'm like, oh yeah, I wanted to do stand up. So I got into that and did that comedy scene, and definitely a great training ground for all sorts of things: comedy, general hustle, sitting in traffic, all that stuff.
Yeah, it teaches you patience, the traffic in LA. What would you say are the major differences in your experience between doing stand up in LA and doing stand up in Portland?
Oh yeah, I mean, I was younger in LA, but I was competing with not only A-listers and people that were good who had been
Yeah.
doing it a while, but also people that wanted to dip their toe in it for a hot second, but wanted to be actors, people that
Hmm.
just wanted to use stand-up for sitcom chants. But in Portland, it's great that there are people that are working to be stand-ups, committed to it. They're out all the time, or they're working on it all the time. A lot of great writers in Portland. And it's great to be around people where it's like, oh, yeah, we do have similar dreams. You're not going to cash this in to take a left turn. We're stand-ups. We want to do stand-up.
Hmm.
The similarity, though, which is great, is Portland spoke to me because as a place to move to, because both cities have stuff going on every night of the week. Mike's
Hmm.
shows, and it's incredible. And listening to your podcast, I really am excited to check out the Bend scene more, because you're saying you got stuff every night there,
Yeah.
and I'm excited about that.
I will say I've lived a lot of places. I've lived in New York, Seattle, LA, Vegas,
Mhm.
London, and
Mm.
Bend is a surprisingly thriving town for the population size. We have like 130,000 people,
Oh wow.
but I don't feel like I'm losing out on anything that I had in like Vegas, where we had 2 million people. I feel like I
Hmm.
have the same lifestyle or status, like everything's nice, it's great. You don't feel like
Yeah.
you're giving up good food. We have great food here if you're an eater, great breweries if you're a drinker.
Yeah, I did stop drinking, so have one for me, but I'll take any food recommendations you got.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. We definitely, I mean, you're right on Century Drive there. There's a new place called Hawkeye and Huckle. I think it's Hawkeye and Huckleberry. It's a steak,
Mm.
it's like steak and sides, but everything's very cute and Instagrammable. So if you're looking for like a picture worthy meal, that would be a place that I would recommend going.
Nice. I'm gonna start posting food on Instagram. That's it. I'm
That's
in.
it. That's
Yeah.
all you're going to do. Comedy's
Yeah.
done. Just food photos. I know. I mean, it's comedy. It's not like you need social media anyways, right?
Well, I try and tell myself that every day. I'm like, God, accept the reality you're going to create for yourself if you decide not to play the social media game, and I'm going to accept it. I love being in
Yeah.
front of live audiences, and if I put the work in to do that, but I'm not a social media sensation, I'm fine. That's fine.
I think that's kind of the hard thing about stand up in a lot of ways is a lot of people do it because they love the live shows. They
Mhm.
don't do it because they love video editing or spending hours listening to their own voice,
Mhm.
saying the jokes they already heard. So yeah, social media can be tough. I don't think you're the only person who feels that way.
It's nice.
When
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's nice to know I'm not alone on that. And then of course your feed feeds you stuff like, this is trash, BS, don't do it, find other stuff. So it's definitely like, patting me on the back like, okay, you want to quit us, go for it. But
Yeah.
yeah.
I think I think that's an overall feeling people are just kind of tired of it. It seems to be so many outlets and all this stuff. And it all feels like I don't know if you feel this way. Sometimes I feel like I'm just like screaming into the void.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes it'll get, 500 views and sometimes it'll get 500,000 views. And quite honestly, I can't tell you what I did differently
Oh,
between
yeah.
the two.
Yeah, and if you love overthinking about stuff,
Yeah.
cycling through your mind about what might have been different between one thing or the other can take a lot of time.
Well, your math brain will love this. So social media, like companies, hire the same designers that develop slot machines to develop the interfaces on the platform. So it has the same like randomization. You don't quite know what you're going to get. You can interact. There's
Yes.
dings.
I
Yeah.
100% believe that. And thanks for telling me that, because it's nice to know there's someone out there who's really good at their job, because
Exactly.
we are addicted. I mean, they're doing a great job. I get
Yeah.
nothing out of it, but I will sit there and look at stuff for hours. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. They got us all. But I'm sure it's much more interesting to see you in person and see you perform. And when you're performing jokes, where do you like to start when you're writing jokes? Where do you get your inspiration from?
Oh, yeah. I like the analytical part of it, and the problem is motivation to do this. But if I pick any topic, I want to write down a bunch of facts about it, my opinions about parts of it. But like, math is hard. People like to come up to me and say, I hate math. Whatever the facts or simple opinions are, I'll start there. And then I'll expand on those. I think about different ways to say those. So very analytical. But one thing that's come up that is a definite that I need to do is say it out loud into a tape recorder, listen back to it, and see if it makes any dang sense. If there's something that comes to mind that I should say instead, that's been a huge helpful piece for me, because I will write and say run-on sentences till the end of time. So listening back to myself is a huge part of it.
Yeah, experiencing yourself as the audience experiences you.
Yeah.
Do you record every set or do you just record rehearsals?
I record every set, and I'm getting better at watching them right after,
Mm-hmm.
not
Like game tape.
What's that?
Like game tape, like you're a sports person, like analyzing your work.
I love thinking of it as a sport. And yeah, I want to do it right away. It's not like the team doesn't wait till the end of the season to go back and watch game one. So I got to stop doing that. I got to watch stuff right away. And thankfully, I've been doing comedy enough that all my ego has been burnt off. So I just listened to myself yesterday at a mic, got no laughs. There were nice big fat pauses between each of my lines with nothing happening, but I at least got to hear how it sounded saying it out loud.
Yeah. You're like, that's where the laugh would go if it wasn't
Right.
an audience full of other stand-up comedians.
Totally. Yeah.
One of my best friends says comedians are the worst audience members because they don't laugh. They just kind of look at you, nod, and go, huh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Like, they never laugh. They just, like, tell you that's funny. And you're like, if it's so funny,
Right.
laugh.
Yeah.
But-
I've been there. I've done that. And it's unless it's someone you go there to support or you're closer with them, you are going to do that because you've seen everything before. I guess it's kind of a protective mechanism because you're like, if they start talking about taking a dump, I don't want to hear about this. So I'm kind of removing myself. But,
yeah.
Comics saying that funny, that's promising. Comics say not laughing, but saying, oh, that's funny. But the thing that can be tempting is to play for the comics in the room. So if you say something that's dark, no audience wants to hear it. But in the back of the room, you just hear these desperate cackles from other comics. Like, that's fun, but I don't know if we want to chase that either.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I there's definitely, I think in every scene, there's comics that I would say are like comics, right? They go to all the mics, everyone, like they're just like really in the scene.
Yeah.
But like audiences don't always get them. Right?
Yeah.
Like, like audiences are like, why do they keep casting this person? You're like, you don't understand. They're funny.
Yeah.
Like, we all think they're funny.
Yeah. Like one of the best parts of being in LA is I would go to the Comedy Store and watch, and one of the comics there, Brody Stevens, would get up and do his performance art yelling bit, And some people liked it, some people didn't. But the feeling that I got being in the room and watching him march across the stage and just yell, it was incredible.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes I can't tell if people are just the best method actors
Mhm.
or really that insane. And I guess I don't need to
Yeah.
know the truth. Like the act is the same
Yeah.
either way, right? Like
Yeah.
I don't need to know. Suspend disbelief, as they say.
Right. Yeah.
So when you're not doing comedy or doing math, what do you like to
Mm.
fill your time with?
Oh, yeah. I love spending money on records. I love going to
Mm.
record stores. I can't remember if I've been to the one or a record store in Bend, but I will definitely take suggestions.
Yeah, we
I
have
like
a great
going.
one in downtown Bend. I
Okay.
think they just moved locations, so I don't want to tell you what street they're on. But
Right.
look, record store downtown Bend, and I have some stuff in my collection from them. They have some good stuff. Yeah.
Oh, nice. All right, cool. So you got a record player at home.
Yeah, it's one of the things I like to pick up when I'm traveling around to like remind me of the places I visit. And I also like to collect old comedy records.
Cool.
Yeah, so like Who's on First? Like Abbott
My
and
gosh.
Costello. Like I have
Yes.
like really old comedy. It's so cheesy, I know. But
I love that. I got a collection of some old stuff too. Yeah, that's awesome. I found a George Carlin record at an estate sale, which is another thing I like to do. George Carlin record, and one of the tracks was the metric system, and I'm like, oh, I gotta get this. I gotta spend my dollar and get this record.
this belongs with me. I will.
Yeah.
I don't care if there's a scratch. It's not
Yeah.
on that joke. It'll be
I wanna,
fine.
yeah, here, let's talk about some measurements. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like it's rare that people can make math funny, which is why people should come out and check out your show because you're going to be able to do that for them. Take something
Thank
that was
you.
painful and make it funny.
Yes.
Yes, at least it was painful to me. I shouldn't project that. It wasn't painful for you, it sounds like. Math.
It was not as painful as me working my butt off in 7th grade to get a barely passing grade in English class. But, we all have our traumatic experiences, and
Exactly.
that's one of the great things about this show is at least one of us is gonna hit on something where it's like, yeah, that is so true, or thank you for saying that.
Exactly. And if people want to get tickets to come see you and the other teachers that are coming to town with the teacher show, where's the best place to do that?
I think they should go to the venue, Volcanic Theater Pub, and look for tickets there, or just type that into a search. I am not good at putting all my latest shows in my Instagram link, which is a Linktree link. But if you want to take a chance, I'm on Instagram at Todd Oregano, and there is a link there with dates.
Fantastic. It's okay. The internet, honestly, everyone has Google. So if they
Right.
just like type in your name and show, I'm sure all your AI will accumulate all the information for them and put it in a nice little
It will.
summary at the top.
It
Yeah.
will. You just ask AI, what kind of sick person's going to get into math and talk about it on stage at a comedy show in Bend, and you'll find it. You'll find it.
Yeah, it'll be like Todd Basil right there.
Yeah.
The way I was like, I was saying your name, I said it right, Basil, right?
Nice one. Yeah.
Okay, good. As soon as you said it, I was like, what is it? Basil? Was that Austin Powers?
Oh, you got it. Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And I was like, oh, that's right. Basil.
Yeah.
Okay. Not Basil.
Yeah. The stuffy English dude from Austin Powers, whose mom was the brunt of some jokes. Yeah. That guy. Yeah.
That guy. Yeah. Well, thank you again for taking the time to chat with us. Is there anything else you would like to share with the listeners before you say goodbye today?
Yeah. So every time I go to Bend, I talk about the experience I had there in 2009, which was I drove into Bend and there was a really cool manicured topiary bush that said Bend. It was a giant hedge that spelled out Bend, and I've never been able to find it. No one else knows what I'm talking about, but it was really cool. So that was something I wanted to see in Bend, and no one knows what I'm talking about. But hey, if you have a lead on it.
Yeah, hopefully, if our listeners know or have a photo of where this thing might be, let us know. Because honestly, I have no idea. I've lived here 3 years, though, so I'm hardly the Bend expert. There's still corners of this town I'm exploring. So hopefully somebody will be able to find that for you. But thank you again, Todd. We appreciate it. And enjoy the rest of your night.
Yeah, you too, Julia.
I was just enjoying watching this lady Clark.
I know. I could tell we were all distracted by the parking. I was like, we have... Oh, she has a dog, too?
I wonder if her dog is Jack.
So the question is, who looks better in the midriff, her or John?
John.
Ooh, I think John.
I think John.
Damn it.
Two dogs.
You think they smoke weed?
Well, that was eating garbage, so yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Probably.
I bet you like to feed the dogs.
They were really.
One for me, one for you.
Remember when they did that big push towards like CBD dog treats? I feel like you don't see it as much anymore.
Yeah.
But there was like a big push there for a while to like get your dog on weed.
Did you ever see the dog rule? Yeah, so this guy would go to breweries and like get basically the brew slop or like what's before it turned ferments and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then he would make like a liquid out of it or like a whatever, and he would sell it. And he claimed it was really good for dogs, which it probably is. There's a lot of like magnesium and B12 and folate, and there's a lot of stuff as the byproduct of brewing. But usually I think part of that's the fermentation stuff, but I don't know. Don't quote me on that.
Yeah, I don't know. I just buy my dog food.
Wow, that's weird.
That's weird.
It's so weird.
I had a roommate once who cooked every meal for her dog.
But they don't get all the nutrients they should that way. I've looked it up so many times. 'Cause that's why you like have to give them certain vitamins and omegas and
Yeah, and that's when
like
you get
fish
them on
oil.
steroids. Get 'em on cycle. Huge.
Exactly. And we have come full circle, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to see some great Ben comedy, we have lots and lots of opportunities for you to do that. What shows do we have coming up? So
I've got Drunk History on June 17th at Silver Moon Brewing.
yeah, same day that the podcast is released. If you're listening to this podcast right as it's released, head over to Silver Moon tonight. I'm going to do Drunk History. I never drink anymore, so we will see. I also don't, it's science. Is that what I have to do? Science?
That's just the theme.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, we'll talk.
We'll dig deep. Okay. Okay. And then what else do we have? On Friday, June 19th,
We have comedy at Craft.
comedy.
Or sorry, trivia.
Trivia. Dirty trivia.
Dirty Minds trivia.
Dirty Minds
Where the
trivia.
questions sound dirty, but the answers are clean. They are.
And is this the one that you present with Adam and Eve?
Yes.
Oh, that's
Yes. And I'm the host, so, I throw a lot of comedy out because, sometimes people get uncomfortable and I like to make them even more uncomfortable.
so. If you want to come, be uncomfortable.
No, it's super fun. It's super fun.
No,
A lot of suggested stuff and like the crowd gets super into it and I don't know. We just have a blast.
fantastic. You're going to be hosting,
prizes.
right?
Yes.
Fun. And then Saturday the 20th, you have a comedy show Jake Woodmansey's doing, right?
That'd be
Yes.
great.
That'll be great. And then Tuesday, June 23rd, crazy, happy, funny, silly, nerdy.
With Anthony Papone.
Did I get all the words?
I think so.
It's a lot of words, but it's a great show. Anthony does like happiness talks and
Yeah. He's a real downer though. I'm joking. He's
No.
super fun. Also a Georgia man. He went to University of Georgia
Hey,
too.
look at this.
So
Small
we watch
world.
football together sometimes.
Dude, you're football buddies.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's fun. Look at that. Learning something new every day. But yeah, lots of great comedy happening in Bend this week. So please get out and see it. And if you want to try comedy yourself, there are lots of open mics in town for you to check out. Monday night at Silver Moon. Wednesday nights at Craft. You host that most weeks.
Yes.
But sometimes she gets guest visitors in there
love
hosting.
guests.
We love guests. Yeah. Come be a guest. And then Thursday, there is a open mic at Worthy that goes through, is it through July?
August?
August?
I don't know the full dates of it.
Yeah. But it's a great mic at Worthy on Thursday nights. Anything else you guys want to, John, anything else you want to?
Yeah, you can find all my dates at downtownjonbrown.com.
Fantastic.
Nice and easy.
Nice and easy. And Courtney?
You can find all of our stuff at Craft, at Craft Kitchen and Brewery. That's our handle. Personally, for my shows, it's at Courtney Spitz Stevens. Because Spitzer's my maiden name. And do not ask me if I spit or swap.
And I'm Julia Reed Nichols, and this has been Nighttime Benders, powered by The Source. Please remember to follow, like, subscribe, rate, all the things. We are a new podcast, and all that stuff really, really does help. So thank you guys so much for support. We'll be back next week with more local comics, news, fun stuff. What else do we do here?
Just have a good time.
Have a good time. Just talk and have a good time. All right. Until next time, guys. Bye.